Ooh, goody, I get to do this early tonight. I hope I can get it up early, too. We're on Second Chronicles chapter 10. Now, I'm having allergies in my eyes. So, it may not be, it may be worse than all the other ones. Alright, and Rehoboam went to Shechem, for to Shechem were all Israel come to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was in Egypt, whether he had fled from the presence of Solomon the king, heard it that Jeroboam returned out of Egypt. And they sent and called him. So Jeroboam and all of Israel came and spoke to Rehoboam, saying, Thy fathers made our yoke grievous. Now therefore ease thou somewhat the grievous servitude of thy father and his heavy yoke that he put upon us, and we will serve thee. Well, yeah, I wonder if it's anything like today. And he said unto them, Come again unto me after 3 days. And the people departed. And the king Rehoboam took counsel with an old man that had stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, saying, What counsel gave ye me to return answer to this people? Wait a minute now. This is Solomon's son. And they're saying that Solomon had grievous solitude and he had a heavy yoke on the people? Okay, I want y'all to take note of that. Number 6. And King Rehoboam took counsel with the old man that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, saying, What counsel gave ye me to return answer to this people? And they spoke unto him, saying, If thou be kind to this people, and please them, and speak good words to them, they will be thy servant forever. Well, it's like if you, a slave that does not know they're a slave is a good slave, okay? But he forsook the counsel which the old man gave him, and took counsel with the young man that were brought up with him, that stood before him. And he said unto them, What advice give ye that we may return answer to this people, which has spoken to me, saying, Ease somewhat the yoke that my father did put on us? And the young man that were brought up with him spoke unto him, saying, This shalt thou answer the people that spoke unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it somewhat lighter for us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Ugh. For whereas my father put a heavy yoke upon you, I will put more to your yoke, and my father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpion. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam on the 3rd day, and the king bade, saying, Come again to me on the 3rd day. And the king answered them roughly, and King Rehoboam forsook the counsel of the old man, and answered them after the advice of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, but I will add thereto. My father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Boy, I tell you what, that's not good at all. So the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was of God, that the Lord might perform his word which he spoke by the hand of Ajahu the Solonite to Jeroboam the son of Nebat. And when all of Israel saw that the king would not hearken unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David? And we have none inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to your tent, O Israel, and now, David, see to thine own house. So all of Israel went to their tent. But as for the children of Israel that dwelt in the city of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. And then King Rehoboam sent Hadoram, that was over the tribute, and the children of Israel stoned him with stone, that he died. But King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jordan. And Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. We're on chapter 11. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he gathered all the house of Judah and Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against Israel, that he might bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam. But the word of the Lord came unto Shemaiah, the man of God, saying, Speak to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and to all of Israel and Judah and Benjamin, saying, Thus saith the Lord, You shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren. Return every man to his house, for this thing is done of me. And they obeyed the word of the Lord, and returned from going against Jeroboam. And Rehoboam dwelt in Jerusalem, and built cities for defense in Judah. He built even Bethlehem, and Etam, and Tekoa, and we have some more names here that he did, and it goes all the way down to 11. And he forced a stronghold, and put captains in them, and store of vessels, and of oil and wine. And in every survival city he put shields and spears, and made them exceedingly strong, having Judah and Benjamin on his side. And the priests and the Levites that were in all Israel restored to him out of their coast. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possessions, and came to Judah and Jerusalem, for Jeroboam and his son had cast them off from executing the priest office unto the Lord. And he obtained him priest for the high place, and for the devils, and for the cleaves which he had made. And after them, out of all the tribe of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek the Lord God of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto the Lord God of their fathers. So they strengthened the kingdom of Judah, and made Rehoboam the son of Solomon strong 3 years. For 3 years they walked in the way of David and Solomon. And Rehoboam took him Mahathal, the daughter of Jerimoth, the son of David's wife, to Abihail, the daughter of Abab, the son of Jess, which bore him children, and they gave the children's name. And after her he took Mahachah, the daughter of Absalom, which bore and some more names. I'm sorry. And Rehoboam loved Mahach, the daughter of, above all his wives and his concubines, for he took 18 wives and 80 concubines. Oh my goodness. And begot 20, and 8 sons and 80 daughters. And Rehoboam made Abijah the son of the chief, to be ruler among his brethren, for he thought to make him king. And he dwelt wisely, and despised all of his children throughout all the centuries of Judah and Benjamin, and to every fenced city, and he gave them vessels in abundance, and he desired many wives. All right, we're on chapter 12. And it came to pass when Rehoboam had established the kingdom and had strengthened himself, he forsook the law of the Lord, and all Israel with him. And it came to pass that in the 15th year of King Rehoboam, Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, because they had transgressed against the Lord, with 1,200 chariots and 70,000 horsemen. And the people were without number that came with him out of Egypt, the Lubams, the Shechems, and the Ethiopians. And he took the fenced cities which were pertained to Judah, and came to Jerusalem. Then came Shemaiah the prophet to Rehoboam, and to the prince of Judah, that were gathered together into Jerusalem, because of Shishak, and said unto them, Thus saith the Lord, Ye have forsaken me, and therefore have I also left you in the hand of Shishak. Whereupon the prince of Israel and the king humbled themselves, and they said, The Lord is righteous. And when the Lord saw that they had humbled themselves, the word of the Lord came to Shemaiah, saying, They have humbled themselves before I will not destroy them, but I will grant them some deliverance, and my wrath shall not be poured out upon Jerusalem by the hand of Shishak. Nevertheless, they shall be his servants, that they may know my service and the service of the kingdom of the countries. So Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, and took away the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house. He took all. He carried away also the shields of gold which Solomon had made. Instead of which King Rehoboam made shields of brass, and committed them to the hand of the chief of the guard, that kept the entrance of the king's house. And when the king entered into the house of the Lord, the guard came and fetched them, and brought them again into the guard chamber. And when he had humbled himself, the wrath of the Lord turned from him, that he would not destroy them altogether. And also in Judah things went well. So King Rehoboam strengthened himself in Jerusalem, and reigned. For Rehoboam was one of the 40 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonite. And he did evil, because he prepared not his heart to seek the Lord. Now the acts of Rehoboam's first and last, are they not written in the book of Shemaiah the prophet, and of Iddo the seer, concerning genealogies? And there were war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam continually. And Rehoboam slept with his father, and was buried in the city of David. And Adijah his son reigned in his stead. Alright, looks like I got time enough to read number 13. Now in the 18th year of Jeroboam began Adijah to reign over Judah. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Micah, the daughter of Uriel of Gilba. And there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. And Abijah set a battle in array with an army of valiant men of war, even 400,000 chosen men. Jeroboam also set in battle in array against him with 800,000 chosen men, being mighty men of valor. And Abijah stood up upon the mount Zermarim, which is in Mount Ephraim, and said, Hear me, O Jeroboam, and all of Israel. Ought ye not to know that the Lord God of Israel gave the kingdom over to Israel to David forever, even to him and to his sons by the covenant of Saul? Yet Jeroboam the son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, the son of David, is risen up and hath rebelled against his Lord. And there are gathered unto him vain men, the children of Belial, and have strengthened himself against Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. When Rehoboam was young and tender-hearted, and could not withstand them. And now ye think to withstand the kingdom of the Lord in the land of the son of David. And ye be a great multitude, and there are with you golden calves, which Jeroboam made for you for gods. Have ye not cast out the priest of the Lord, the son of Aaron, and the Levites, and have made you priests after the manner of the nations of other lands? So that whatsoever cometh to consecrate himself with a young bullock and 7 rams, the same may be a priest of them that are no gods. So you see, right here, they got rid of all that, and you sacrifice to the other small g gods. But all right, number 10. But as for us, the Lord is our God. We have not forsook him. And the priests which minister unto the Lord are the sons of Aaron, and the Levites went upon their business, and they burn unto the Lord every morning and every evening burnt sacrifice of sweet incense, and the showbread. Also set they in order upon the pure table, and the candlesticks of gold, with the lamps thereof, to burn every evening. For we keep the charge of the Lord our God, but they have forsaken him. And behold, God himself is with us for our captain, and his priests with sounding trumpets to cry alarm against you. O children of Israel, fight ye not against the Lord God of your fathers, for ye shall not prosper. But Jeroboam caused a banishment to come about behind them, so they were before Judah, and the banishment was behind them. And when Judah looked back, behold, the battle was before and behind, and they cried unto the Lord, and the priest sounded a trumpet. When the men of Judah gave a shout, and as the men of Judah shouted, it came to pass that God smote Jeroboam and all of Israel before Abijah and Judah. And the children of Israel fled before Judah, and God delivered them into their hand. But Abijah and his people slew them with great slaughter. So there fell down slain of Israel 500,000 chosen men. Thus the children of Israel were brought under at that time, and the children of Judah prevailed, because they relied upon the Lord God of their fathers. And Abijah pursued after Jeroboam, and took the city from him, Bethel with the towns thereof, and Jemashah the towns thereof, and Ephraim with the towns thereof. Neither did Jeroboam recover strength again in the days of Abijah, and the Lord struck him, and he died. But Abijah waxed mighty, and married 14 wives, and begat 22 sons, and 16 daughters. And the rest of the acts of Abijah, and his way and his sayings, are they not written of the prophet Iddo? Alright, I'm going to quit there. We'll read chapter 14 tomorrow. And we keep this up, we're going to be done in no time. I love you guys.